Hello, everybody. It's the Film Optimist, and today I'm talking about Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Even though the film came out 4 years after they go to White Castle, it picks up right where the last film left off, which is kind of confusing in a way. They look a little bit older, not really, but like the film definitely looks better, um, cinema cinematographically wise. Um, I forgot to mention the last one. I like barely mentioned it, but Harold has a neighbor that he has a crush on. I think she's very beautiful. Her name's Maria, and at the end of uh, Go to White Castle, he makes out with her, and yeah, he got the girl. And this one picks up. They're still on the elevator, and he makes out. They show that scene again, and then he's like, we should. And she's like, I gotta go. I'm going to Amsterdam. He's like, oh. She's like, yeah, going to Amsterdam. And but when I get back, like I'm coming back. It's like, okay. Well then this film is like, let's go. Surprise her in Amsterdam. Okay. And they get on the airplane and Kumar brings on weed and like a little pipe and he's about to light it up. And this woman sees him. It's a lot of funny bits in this film, but she looks over. He's like laughing with his friend. And when she looks over and sees him, all she sees is a beard and a turban. Even though he doesn't have either of those things, he's just like ha ha ha, and like he's like making like big boom. And then he's in the bathroom and she like goes in there and he didn't lock the door and she sees the pipe and she's like he's got a bomb. So they both get thrown into Guantanamo Bay as terrorists. Um, and then they fucking escape from Guantanamo Bay. Um, they also encounter Kumar's ex-girlfriend Vanessa Fanning, who's engaged to Colton Graham, a college friend of Harold's, whose family has political connections. Um, I forgot about her. Well, I didn't forget about her, but who plays her? Danielle Harris. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh man, yeah, how have you been?" And yeah, and then Colton's a piece of shit. Um, their old friend, like, "Hey, Colton." Um, they leave there and they do a bunch of other shit. Let's see, where do they go? They escape from Guantanamo Bay. They like join up with this other guy who's escaping, and he jumps on the fence, and it's electrified, so he dies. And they climb over his dead body to get out, using him as a. It's like, what the fuck is this movie? Um, they endure several misadventures on the way to Texas, such as staying at the home of an incestuous sibling couple and their inbred son. Oh yeah, and then like they seem like nice people, and then the kid comes out and is like, oh fuck, and then they go to a Ku Klux Klan rally, and who is the Ku Klux Klan leader? Christopher Maloney is the Grand Wizard. Reverend Clyde Stanky, playing a like a role like he did in the first one, where he had a bunch of like makeup on, so you didn't know it was Christopher fucking Maloney from Law and Order SVU. Very recognizable guy. And then they visit a brothel with Neil Patrick Harris. They have vague capture from Fox, but the chick, I think her name's Tam. Is it Tammy? It's one of those girls. Tit Hemingway, is that her? Might be her. Yeah, they all like have sex, I think, or like the guys don't, but Neil Patrick Harris does. He's a poon slayer in these movies, and he's leaving and he gets shot to the back with a shotgun and he gets like double tapped, like he's definitely dead. And it's like, what the fuck is this movie? No, not NPH. They called him. They talked about how he was Doogie Howser in the first movie. Like they keep bringing that up. Um, yeah, and Fox, this guy, where's Fox? Ron Fox is following them the entire time. He's a neurotic and racist deputy secretary of Homeland Security, um, played by Rob Corddry, really funny dude. And there's a me. No, that's not the one. David Krumholtz and Eddie K. Thomas. Yeah, they're very recognizable faces. They've both, um, they're like their neighbors. They're like the Jewish Harold and Kumar, basically. Um, Goldstein and Rosenberg, and they hang out. They get picked up, and they're really fucking funny in this movie. They only play like a small role in the first film, and they're just like recognizable actors. You're like, that's fucking Finch. Yeah, that's fucking Paul Finch from American Pie. And then David Krumholtz has been in fucking everything. Um, then they like run into George Bush at the. I'm just like skipping through this whole film because like these reviews are all over the place. But they go and they hang out with George Bush and George W. Bush, who was the president at the time, right? Hold up, this came out in 2008. Yeah, this was like when he won the. Okay, yeah, when Obama won. Now they go to George W. Bush, and George W. Bush ends up being like really fucking cool, and he smokes weed with him. And that's the end of the movie. I mean, there's more stuff that happens, obviously, like the fucking shit with Colton. Um, he's a douchebag. Um, there's a bunch of shit in this. Harold knocks him out. They reconcile. Harold and Kumar and Vanessa travel to Amsterdam, where Harold finds Maria, and the couple is happily toward the city together while getting high on cannabis. And that's the end of it. It's a really fun film. I was really debating. I was thinking about like, yeah, which one's better, go to White Castle or Escape from Guantanamo Bay? Go to White Castle is like a classic, and this is a really serviceable sequel, but it's really over the top. The first one had some over the top moments because they were high, but this one just has over the top moments. They're fucking escaping from Guantanamo Bay. They're accused of hijacking and bombing a plane that they didn't. There's a bunch of like really raunchy shit. Like me and my brother were dying. The beginning of the film, while Harold's showering and he's thinking of Maria and he's thinking about them going to Amsterdam, and he's just like all happy. It cuts to Kumar, who finds a bunch of porn in his bag that he's like packing for um, Amsterdam. And he's looking at one of them. Well, then it cuts to him Harold showering or shitting or one of those. Then it cuts back to Kumar just jerking off, and like then he like shoots all over himself. And my brother like, what the fuck is going on with this film? Oh, yeah, that's my rambling review all over the place. These reviews have been very rambly because I wake up, I get food and stuff for the kids, and then like I barely drink my coffee. Mm. But that's it. That's my review. Which one did you like better, the first one or the second one? I think I'll be reviewing the third one next week. That's definitely my least favorite, but I don't hate it. It's a sneak peek. All right, you guys have a good one. Don't get in prison. Don't get falsely imprisoned. Goodbye.